Hello friends, welcome once again to this session on Dockers. So as part of this session, I'm going to discuss the Docker file. Okay, so we know that in production environment, any changes we do has to be updated in lightning fast speed. Okay, so in order to do that only, we have a Docker file. Okay, a Docker file is a text document that contains the commands that you want to execute. Okay, that specify any changes to the container. Okay, so in the previous sessions we saw that we were able to get into the container, okay, by mentioning the image name. Okay, we were able to get into the container and perform certain write operations on the container or make some changes into the container. Okay, then we used to perform some commit and come out of the container, and we were able to push that container onto the Docker hub. Okay, sometimes what may happen is like the time the constraint. Okay, you might be into a time constraint environment wherein any changes that you want to perform has to be performed pretty much fast. Okay, so that time we can do what is like, and the same operation has to be repeated again and again. Okay, so in such cases you can just create a Docker file. Okay, so y- after creating this Docker file, you can just build that Docker file. Okay, or you can build by making use of docker build command. Okay, and create the executable that will execute all the commands available in the docker file. Okay, so it's a very important concept, friends, so using which you can like execute several commands. Okay, so let us just create a sample docker file, and we'll see its like importance. Okay, now let us create a simple Docker file which will allow us to build a customized like container. Okay, friends. So over here I have a Docker file. I'll gedit it. Gedit. In this Docker file, I have three like instructions that have been mentioned. Okay, first one is from Ubuntu. Okay, it specifies that I'm going to use the Ubuntu image from the Docker Hub. Okay, so this instruction will pull the Ubuntu image from the Docker Hub. Then next is I will make use of run keyword. Run keyword will allow us to run certain commands on the container. So I will say run apt get update. So this will update the container. Then I once again use run to print some message. Okay, so I can use run to execute some more commands like run apt get install Apache. Okay, if I wish to install Apache Apache on this container, I can install it using the run keyword. Okay, the same way I can make use of keyword command. Okay, over here after run, I can just say cmd. So this command keyword allows me to like mention some container level commands, okay, that I want to execute if any of the like command line arguments are not mentioned while running this container. Okay, anyways, this docker file is allowing me to create a customized container, right, friends? So using these instructions inside this docker file, a container will get created, okay, which is a customized container. Fine. Now while running this customized container, if I mention like at the command prompt, some commands. Fine. If then those commands will get executed along with the containers execution. Okay. So if I don't mention any like command line arguments or command line commands, that time the commands that you mention over here, okay, like uh, Apache, if you have installed Apache and you want to run it in the foreground, okay, then you can have this command. Okay, so the moment container starts executing, okay, it will turn on Apache and it will let it run in the foreground. Okay, friends. So that's the main purpose of this command keyword. Okay, so on the same lines, can have entry point. Okay, again, this entry point allows us to execute some commands the moment the container starts executing. Okay, so again over here I can make use of entry point, say Apache. Okay, so once again I can let the Apache start in the foreground using entry point. Only the difference between entry point and command is command will allow you to run the commands when there are no command line arguments. Okay, friends. But entry point is different from CMD. Okay, it will get executed even though you don't mention any command line arguments, or if you mention also, it will get executed. Okay, in both the ways, okay, entry point will surely get executed whether you mention command line arguments or you don't mention command line argument. Okay, entry point will surely get executed. Okay, friends. So I suggest you to experiment these things, friends. Okay, now I'll just keep this like Docker file small and simple so that it won't consume a lot of time. Okay, so I'll just say save. Let me build this now. So I have three like keywords. So I'll close this. Now in order to build this, I'll just say sudo docker build -t. Then the name that I want to mention for the customized name that I want to mention for this container is my Ubuntu. Okay, and it will take the Docker file from the current directory because the Docker file whatever I have created is in the directory Docker file currently. Okay, so let me execute this, friends. Yeah, so first step is over. Second step, it is running the update. So it's like a script, friends. A .sh file wherein like a number of instructions. If you want to bundle it and run it as a batch file, we have .sh files. Okay, the same way we have over here Docker file, which allows us to bundle a number of instructions to get executed at a time. Okay, so my third step got executed wherein it displayed run. Okay, echo hi, this is a new customized container. So that is what it displayed over here. This is a new customized container. Okay, so it has successfully like built the container and it has tagged it with the name my Ubuntu. And if you want to check it, just say sudo image sudo docker images. So over here you'll be getting the name as my Ubuntu, which just now got created with the image ID as this. Okay, so it got created 30 seconds ago. Okay, friends. So now you just imagine the initial size of Ubuntu, okay, which is 64.2 MB. Now its size is 92.4 MB because of the updates and all. Okay, friends. So this is how we create a Docker file.